Last session, Avant-Garde traveled with their allies to the front, specifically the entrance to the moonlit path, a large opening within the mountain range leading into a cave that goes through many of the drow societies, in the place where Gerashtal has solidified his hold on the surface. You met old allies and readied yourselves with a decent plan to teleport into the deep Underdark. To make allies as your surface allies fight to distract Gerashtal's forces as long as they can. In the end, as you were preparing yourselves to set up defensive lines and emotionally ready yourselves to go into the Underdark, suddenly, Gerashtal's whole army began to march forth from the Moonlit Pass. Immediately, the army alliance worked to fill their own lines and prepare for the inevitable charge, as instead of a siege, it seems they're going to have a proper battle. Last-minute allies showed themselves in this time of need, as Bastion seemed to have come to the aid of this kingdom after, supposedly, the defeat of their enemies that had been marching on Bastion itself. Additionally, in human form, Stratavan, the ancient gold drake who you are able to summon in the coming days, shows up as well and pulls large comets from the sky onto the enemy army as you all teleport into the Underdark. The immediate sight you see is of mostly pitch black darkness. You stand in a field of stalagmites, massive in scale, standing as wide as homes. They are impressively large, reaching partway up to the ceiling where they are attempting to meet their compatriots, high up in the air. In the distance, on the opposite side of this open Underdark chamber, you see the distant city of what you assume to be Volthanada, covered with a large pool of molten rock that pours out of its front gate and down the path, swirling towards a marching army of light. Molten soldiers, thousands strong, march through the empty cavern, filling the entire space with a horrifying sound. And in this moment, as you teleport into the space, a few of you with dark vision look to your allies without it, and then you begin to see light approaching. Distant voices echo across the stalagmites, as you hear, specifically, Gamesh and Senti are able to understand, Senti most of all, the language of fire, primordial fire that comes from these creatures. As you hear them speaking, "Over here! I saw the light this way." You hear another voice, "What was it?" "Just a flash. Could be drow. Keep your eyes open." As you see two contingents, 12 guards each, are currently moving their way through the stalagmites, this strange forest. To your right side, immediately, you see the cavern begins to end, going up into the upper reaches of the Underdark and eventually the surface world. To your left side, deep into the Underdark you can see. And behind you, there is only about 100 feet between you and the back far chamber wall. This arcing series of rocky outcroppings that open into many more individual caves. This seems to be a large nexus point for the Underdark itself. And you have enemies currently on the lookout for some flash of light that they saw. That's where we're going to begin today's session.
Alright, so right leads up and out. Left leads down further into the Underdark.
Yes.
And behind us we have 100 feet.
Mm-hmm. And directly ahead of you, by about another 100 feet, is the main road that leads out of the Underdark.
That leads out of the Underdark? What do you mean
Yeah.
out of the Underdark?
That the main road where the army is marching, that goes
Hmm.
to the
Okay.
left. They are
So
marching to the left.
we've teleported kind of like
Sorry, to the
into
right, sorry.
just inside of the Underdark.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay.
Yeah, you get the
Okay.
sense you
So
probably teleported a bit further than the path you had previously taken. At the very least.
Okay. Well, I'm blind.
Yeah.
But
The only
was there a
thing
flash of light when we teleported in,
make
like caused by us?
make an intelligence check.
Okay. I almost did a strength check. That's
That would be bad.
so bad.
You are not strong.
No, but I'm very smart.
Yeah. It is a possibility that you all teleporting into this room could have sent out just a small flash of light. The fact that they seem to have saw it is not good.
Okay.
I will say there is some context for what Seer can see, as you can see the army marching. You can see that they're lit up, so you can kind of see all that. And then the distant city is just bathed with this sickly red light as it just drips through the entire city itself.
Okay.
So bathing that in light as well.
Okay. And did someone tell us about the light? Them seeing the light did send to your Gamesh?
Do you?
yeah, I would have.
How quietly?
Well, alright, so the people without dark vision are Seer,
And
Senti.
Senti.
Those are the only two. Well, Senti would have heard it.
Hmm.
And so I would have went to Seer, then I would have kind of pulled everyone as close together and whispered it as best I could.
Wait. Wait, 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 wait. Hang on. I have to speak for this, but I can cast telepathic bond on us. Do we want to get out of the... I will do that after we get away from these guards.
Okay. All right. So I'm sorry, Graham. It's still kind of throwing me off. So ahead is where the army marched.
Is marching, yes.
Is marching.
Yeah, you're staring towards the marching army on the road, and then probably like maybe like 1,000 feet past that is the city itself. At the beginning of it.
Okay, so they're marching towards us to go up and out.
Not entirely. They're kind of marching parallel to your current position. They're marching on the road, going to the right side that goes up and out. There's about 100 feet between you and the road, where some of them have split off to see what this light is.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
just imagine
now...
this, just the massive underground cavern. You know, to the right seems to be the surface. It's where they're marching towards, and it does tend to go upwards. And to the left, it kind of seems to go down. It's pretty easy to tell that probably leads deeper into the Underdark.
Okay. And all this area is almost basically strictly stone, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You're in essentially a field of massive stalagmites. um, close to about like 300 feet by like at least 2,000 feet. It's like this entire section on the opposite side of the road that you're on is all stalagmites. So there's a lot of cover here. There's a lot of space to kind of hide and spread out in this space.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't exactly have a map for this.
No, it's fine. It was just like I'm cool now. Now I understand what's going on. How many of them are breaking off?
Two divisions of 12 each.
Oh, so 24 people are coming towards us.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, they're kind of
Okay.
split. They're about maybe 60 feet away from each other, and they're both kind of just moving through this very dense, almost like forest of stalagmites. And you can see the light kind of bouncing off the sides. You can hear their voices kind of echoing and bouncing off of the rocks around them.
Do you guys think we could give them the slip?
We don't really have much choice. We can't fight that many right now. So, um,
What can we do? How can we get out of this?
um, I'm guessing you're talking about polymorph or mass polymorph. The only question I have is, does that have vocal components? If you're talking about mass polymorph, I'm pretty sure it does though. Um, okay. Does damn, this is not a good situation right now.
No, it is not. Honestly, it seems like our best bet is just trying to sneak away from them. I can.
Okay.
I know we have some heavy armor,
Uh,
but like
this is a
this is
less
not.
than
There's not much we can
Does
do.
Seer have Pass Without Trace?
No.
Or not Seer, Senti. That's what I meant.
How would I? Yeah, I was like, what?
I meant Senti. I think
When have I been sneaky ever?
2 S names, you know.
No, I understand.
She said we don't stealth, so I'll replace it.
Honestly, super fair.
That's
Valid.
really good.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I think we just gotta try to sneak away.
Yeah, with 2 people at disadvantage.
All right.
It'll be great.
Okay, so what I'm
Okay.
going to all right, I do
What if
basically
we?
we're going to have to try to sneak regardless.
Yeah. Is there a way we could try to make like a distraction?
I'm looking at something right now to try and do that.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I would like to. I don't know if this is really going to have the effect I want because this is stone.
Oh yeah, I still have the zombie in the bag. I'll deal with that later.
I would like to. All right, as we are moving, I think we need to move back into the cave, even if it gets us back against the wall. We need to start
Yeah.
moving backwards. I'm going to uh use mold earth, and I'm going
Can you post
to.
mold earth, please?
Yeah, it's just somatic components, but I got you. Uh, and then I'm going to use as we're backing up, then I'm going to have it facing in the direction of going deeper into the Underdark. So I'm gonna create like an arrow or some type of symbol that's gonna be facing like going that way deeper into the Underdark. This is the best thing I can come up with.
Okay.
Because I was thinking, what if we like made something?
Oh, know what? I can put words in. I would put I'll put
Do I have?
oh, what would I put right now?
Mm,
I'll put hide deeper into the Underdark to flank.
Every spell I have is like verbal.
Yeah, this is the only one I have that does not have verbal components.
Yeah, except counter spell is just somatic.
So I'll do that, and that's in the hopes that they'll go deeper into the Underdark looking for whoever caused that flash.
I can send Poppet out. Like we could have like Poppet fly out and then like drop a pebble or something away from us to try to like just like cause like a bit of
So-
a just to make them look away while we're sneaking.
Okay, so you're just trying to put your back against the wall here in the Underdark.
I mean, no, I still like us to hide, but
Yeah. I mean, like you're going to hide. You're gonna try to stealth and just essentially walk in tandem with them to the back wall, right?
yeah, and I'm going to
Yeah.
have that. I'm gonna have that message just kind of going to be in the area where we teleported into. That will hopefully send them down deeper into the Underdark away from us.
Okay. So you all begin to move. I need stealth checks.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Also remember, you guys also have my inspiration die too.
Oh yeah.
14.
The 8.
Oh, that's pretty good for disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to use inspiration die?
Right. Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm so scared to roll.
Okay, mine's a 19, just to try and bump up our average a little.
Okay. And I can roll a D8. Thanks to Belric. Please. Please. Please.
Okay.
Please.
I think I'm gonna.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna use my D8 too.
These are pretty
Oh.
good. Overall,
Okay,
these are pretty good.
22.
Alright.
Now we just need Mabehi's 30.
Yeah. Right.
Graham, you want to roll for Mabehi?
Mabehi, sure.
Think
I honestly-
Belric.
She's
I-
technically here.
I fully accept if you were just like, know what, she gets it.
Yeah, what's the lowest she can get? A 25? 27?
The lowest she can get is a 27.
Yeah.
Lowest.
She gets a 33. Mabehi
Amazing.
quickly
She really
begins
helps
to
our group
stealth.
average. It's great.
So what's the lowest? So I see a 15.
My 15 became a 19.
Mhm.
And mine's a 20.
20.
My
Okay.
12 turned into 18.
So I think 18 is our lowest.
No, my
17 from Sentia.
Or no, 17 is the lowest.
Okay.
my turned into a 22.
Oh my gosh, I'm so scared.
Belric, thank you. You saved us.
As per usual.
That D8 is clutch.
What did we do before Belric came?
We fucked up a lot.
A
Yeah.
lot.
I mean,
Yeah.
we still fuck up, but now we have someone to fix it.
Mhm. So, you begin to back up. You see the light kind of cascading off of these many different large stalagmites. You hear their voices echoing through the section of cave as they begin to get closer. You all stealth very well, and you're able to move quickly behind these large stalagmites. There's a strange moment as you're beginning to back up that you hear, "What was that?" Come from two of them, and then the whole group begins to move kind of away from you towards the towards your right side, essentially going kind of upward into the Underdark, kind of in that section of um, the large stalagmites, and you see like this little flash of light over there. So as you continue to back up, I need perception checks from all of you. Yeah, anyone who cannot see has disadvantage. So that would be Seer and Senti. As you're kind of just being held and pulled by your companions. Okay. Gamesh, you're leading this, correct?
Yeah, I'll say so, sure.
Okay. Good to know. Okay. I need you to, with disadvantage, um, make an opposing grapple check.
Okay, but disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. You feel something grab your arm and immediately turn and prepare to summon some form of magic, and you see immediately in front of you, holding a finger to their lips in a shushing motion, you see a tall drow in studded leather armor just shushing you and holding you in place.
Is it female, male? Can I tell?
Currently, it's kind of hard to tell. You see, they do have a cloak up. You can only see like the bottom of the chin and mouth. You see this finger is currently just shushing you. You can see they have a hand crossbow on the side, a little looks to be a short sword of some type, and they made no sound as they stood next to you, and they just shush you and hold your arm, forcing you to not move.
The mother hand will just be clenched, ready to go.
You see the finger goes from shushing you to pointing behind you, and they are pointing down further into the Underdark.
I just kind of squint at them.
You see they release your arm, pull a rock out of a small satchel they have, and you see they toss it where you were walking towards. You hear make a perception check.
Okay. Another perception. There it is.
Okay. As you watch the rock land and bounce off one of these stalagmites, and you just see suddenly sharp white teeth and a single
Okay.
eye rises out of the rock itself,
Fucking Roper.
and she just looks at you and points away.
I see that. I
Amazing.
look back. Then I nod. um,
So
and they pointed deeper, right?
yeah, they're pointing essentially from when you first started. They're pointing to the left, so they want you to go deeper into the Underdark.
Okay. When I will gather the others and kind of point them in the direction we need to start moving.
Okay. Um, go ahead and make a secondary stealth check. This time, all of you have advantage. As you're getting further away, this is just because you seem to have help here in the Underdark right now.
So mine would be 18 instead of the
Yes,
15. Because heavy armor it makes you roll weird.
Well, no, it would have been
The
just a
15.
regular roll.
It
It
would
would
have been a flat roll.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I can't read. It's fine.
I fucking rolled a 5.
Okay. You begin to move away, and you turn back, and as you took some time to gather your troop and kind of begin moving further into the Underdark, and Ganesh, you turn back, and they're gone. That individual has just disappeared at a will. As you all begin to quietly move, you're moving away from them. You can see the distant light gets more and more distant, and then you see flash of light where you just were at. You see 1, 2, 3 small little motes of almost dancing lights, and then they fade. You see that firelight, that almost dull glow from these obsidian soldiers goes to that space, and then all you hear is the sounds of attack. You hear metal scraping against stone as these fiery entities begin to scream as they are drawn into the roper's trap.
It's crazy. I don't see the Roper winning that one.
No, no, not at all.
I do not see Roper winning that, but
But
yeah.
they're gonna try.
Yeah, you
They're
see
gonna
fire lights up the space as you quickly make your way further and deeper into that Underdark section. As of now, the enemy does not seem to have any notion of your existence here in the deeper recesses of this forest of stalagmites. You all begin to move quietly deeper into the Underdark. As you're doing so, you see a flash of movement, and stepping out from one of the stalagmites in front of you, you see that familiar drow kind of steps out, looks about all of you, and motions you forward.
Okay. I will continue to follow.
They lead you this time, and you begin to make almost these spiral movements through and almost weaving through this forest of stalagmites. And you can see they're very cautious. They stop multiple times to make sure all of you are where you're supposed to be, fixing your positions and making sure you follow one after the other. And you get the sense immediately that this space is highly dangerous. That roper is probably not the only one. You all shift through these hundreds of feet of stalagmites. And eventually, you see the distant walls beginning to rise as you find the end of this massive opening in the Underdark. You see the stalagmites fade, and suddenly the cave kind of opens up into this rocky section. You can see a few minor hills still block part of the line of sight with the road itself. And at this point, the army, you don't see much of it anymore. You see the distant lights as they disappear. For the most part, it seems that the road is cleared as of yet. You see they get low, motion for all of you to kind of get down for a moment. And they look towards the crest of the hill, and you watch, in but a moment, they almost seem to appear in the darkness next to the road and peek over it. And then teleport right in front of you, Ganesh. You see the hood goes back, and you see a female drow. Their hair is cut in very, very short, only up to about her ears. You see she breathes heavily, with these kind of purplish eyes, very light skin, gives a soft smile for a moment. You all are safe now.
Thanks to you.
I only did it so I could learn why you're here. You're in a bad space.
Yeah, we plan to go to somewhere much worse, so...
Is there light at all, or are we still in
No,
the dark?
it is still darkness.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, so you don't see anything.
Should have
You,
turned Poppet into an owl before this.
for Seer and Senti, the walk itself was silent, and only now do you hear a voice. You probably could get the sense that someone was there, but for the most part, you probably wouldn't have known until you hear the voice speak. You're kind of just relying on your group at this point. Oh, you cast Dark Vision?
Oh, nice. On yourself, I assume?
Probably. That's what Vanquish does. It, you would have to use 2 spells, but you can. It's not a concentration. Yeah.
I can see.
Yeah, you see, as Senti just puts a hand on you, you immediately gain this black and white vision. You can see this drow in front of you. Are you from the surface?
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the most dangerous place in existence right now. How did you even get here?
I teleported us in.
So, I think for the sake of things, might as well cut this somewhat short. Are you with Garishal or not?
Graham is on mute.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to take something real quick.
How dare you have things to do?
I'm sorry. What did you say, Kamesh?
You want to know what we're here for? We're here to deal with them.
As I kind of look back towards where we came.
Well, there they go.
Not them specifically.
We
She
need
smiles
to...
at that.
We need to deal with the source.
I understand. I haven't left this space in about a week. It won't be easy, but I can lead you.
So, just to make sure I'm understanding, I remember the circumstances properly. The male drow teamed up with Garish Tall.
A lot of them, yes.
Okay, I was pretty sure. I'm just making sure I remember the.
Yeah. From what you gathered, Gerishtal used underlying tensions between the worship of Lolth to kind of drive a wedge and sow discord and rebellion, which is one of the ways that he was able to take the Drow cities without revealing his army.
Okay.
Um,
All right. All right. Cool. 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 All right. So where are you going to lead us to?
there's the tunnels get shorter going into the next section of Underdark. They're not easy to traverse. I haven't been in a long time, but I can lead you. I have been delivering reports on their movements of a small group of individuals attempting to fight back. We can potentially try to get you deeper into the Underdark. I can't make too many promises, though.
It's fine.
You see, she kind of looks kind of over you. Let's continue. The roper colonies are shifting. I don't want to be here for much longer. She kind of stands, and again, you watch her just teleport uh, towards the ridge, and she peeks over once more, and she motions for you to kind of follow her.
I follow.
The marching we shall go.
Yeah. If any of you wish to make perception checks for the beasts of the Underdark, you may.
Uh,
As well.
all these low numbers.
Um,
Haha.
honestly,
How have you been rolling such good stealth and such bad perception?
the range of your line of sight, I don't think. I think all of you are at 60, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, it won't be enough to notice or see the movement of the ropers, but you do hear like these slight scraping sounds, and you hear kind of where they're coming from, and denote that most likely they are shifting through that field of stalagmites that they so easily disguise themselves in. That going through that path that you took just now probably wouldn't work this time. And you can't see them, but it's probably a good thing.
Oh, while we're walking, can I cast telepathic bond?
Sure. How long does it take?
It's an action.
Gotcha. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so all six of us can now communicate telepathically for an hour.
Nice.
So it could be entirely useless for me to cast this right now, but just in case we need to be silent or
Alright.
talk without this drow hearing us.
You quietly begin to climb over the small ridge and begin to move along the edge of the chamber. The ceiling itself becomes ever more present as it actually gets into view for all of you in your dark vision. It gets lower and lower as this large, massive um, opening in the Underdark begins to shift and contort and get smaller and smaller. She leads you along the edge, quiet, making sure to keep her eyes out for any movement. Um, but it is quiet. You do hear some moments of strange, almost squawking, but she keeps you moving um, slowly or even stopping at those moments. Every so often, you do see within the darkness, she will at moments shift and almost teleports 60 feet away to get a eyesight at different corners that kind of protrude to make sure that nothing is waiting to ambush any of you um, as you make your way down this path. And she's just leading you deeper into the Underdark. It is this just dark expanse at the moment. But you don't really see any more of the forces of Gershtal or really any creatures at the moment. If there's anything you all wish to do in these, you travel for about 2 hours, I will say.
Okay.
So if there's anything you wish to do for the next 2 hours,
We have telepathic communications for the first hour.
Okay.
I do want to telepathically ask if any of you think this could be a trap.
Can I
Um,
make an insight check on this person? See if it seems like they're leading us into a trap?
make an insight check.
Great. That's not bad.
They, from what you can tell, they are worried about you. You get the sense that the way they look around corners and they teleport near any entrance or opening next to you to make sure nothing is there, they are actively trying to get you deeper into the Underdark. They saved you from the Roper. You don't know exactly why, but you get the sense that this individual is
invested in us making it to the Underdark.
yeah, or at the very least not being captured by the enemy or by creatures of the Underdark.
Why? It's bothering. It's bothering Seer. It's not bothering me. I'm pretty sure I know why. Or at least one reason why.
Maybe she just thinks we're cool.
No,
I mean,
that's not
I
it.
mean, but we are kinda.
I mean, yeah, we kind of are, but like she wouldn't think so.
Yeah, she wouldn't think so. Like, really, think about it.
We're bumbling fools here. We're so far out of our depth. This is like an alien environment.
It is alien environment. No lie.
Yeah. None of us are meant to be here. If this wasn't life or death, Seer definitely would not just enter the Underdark for no reason.
I mean,
Who
to be
would?
fair, there's some people that would.
There are some people that would. Not Seer's not one of
This is
them.
definitely out of Faradir's element. She's used to being in the mountains.
Yeah.
This is the
See,
opposite of what she's used to.
it's like a mountain underground.
It's like
Whoa.
there's less oxygen, but for a different reason. It's weird.
What? It's dark here. We're just hearing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary.
There's so many walls. In the mountains, there's no walls. It's all open sky, baby.
Yeah, there's no sky. There's no stars.
There's no sky here.
But to answer Sarah's question though, I'm really not sure, but we're kind of in a position where we don't really have many options at the moment. And she doesn't seem to be malicious right now.
Yes, it's good to be aware of any possible danger, though.
Don't worry. Keep my eyes peeled.
Then I'm gonna ask her,
So how far has Garishtal's forces push you down?
She kind of, for a moment, stops, looks around a small bend, looks back towards you, and teleports, kind of just a couple feet away. All the way. He has complete control of the Underdark. I'm surprised any of you are surviving up there. We didn't stand a
We,
chance.
Believe me, this isn't just a simple attack force. This is an entire continent coming together almost.
Well, I wish you all luck. We're almost there. I can see the light gets better. And she continues to lead.
Okay.
At about 2 hours into this journey, you begin to see the light expand. It's strange to finally see color again. And it takes you a few moments to realize why there is light in general. You see, the road has kind of been following you the entire way over the past 2 hours. For the most part, you've stayed as far as you can away from it, but the space seems to dip downwards, going to the same level as the road as it begins to open up. As it begins to dip down, she kind of stops and looks forward, getting as low as she can. It expanded. This will be tricky. And you begin to see why. The entire road is bisected by a massive 100-foot span of volcanic lava that seems to just boil up out of the center of the road itself. It has eroded much of the outer walls, creating these low-lying spaces where the ceiling is part molten rock and slowly begins to drip into the lava beneath it. The expanse itself is taking up the entire pathway. You have to cross 100 feet of lava to continue on. I don't see anything, but we should be careful.
I can get us across.
How so?
Magic. But I figured I would ask if it's a good idea first.
This is the only way to cross. That's why I haven't returned in a while. If you can get us
Alright.
across, let's go. But be careful. That might not just be lava.
Hey,
Alright.
Yes?
Senti.
Is it telepathic?
No, that's dropped by now if it's been 2 hours.
Oh dang! I thought it lasts like 8 hours, didn't it?
No, it only lasts an hour.
Oh shit!
I wish it lasted 8 hours.
Could you summon the fairies, the pixies?
I'll be right back.
Okay, so the pixies could cast fly on us and then we wouldn't have to touch the lava. Would that be better or worse? Lady whose name I don't know.
I don't say that. That's rude.
Flying would work, but the lava might be a living creature at some places. They can still strike us. The ceiling is not that high. It would work. It would get us across.
I was up to Senti. I don't know. I genuinely don't know which would be better. But it's not my spell slot, so.
I think Gamesh had an idea too.
Yeah, but it's like I guess it's like if our group would rather fly or be on the lava. Like it could strike us either way. My only concern with being on the lava is it could knock us into the lava. You know?
That's right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would prefer to not fall into the lava, personally.
Okay, my bad. Oh, so what are we casting?
Ramesh, what's your idea?
Yeah.
Oh, wall of stone to make a bridge.
Wait. Do you think that would be better, or do you think flying would be better?
Flying would use more like technical magic because to get everybody, you have to cast it at higher levels.
Well, because Cindy can cast the pixies, and the pixies can cast fly on us.
What level is that again?
It's like conjure woodland creatures. I don't know.
Fourth.
Because my only concern with the wall of stone bridge is what if the lava comes alive and knocks us into the lava?
I mean, they would have. Yeah, that's possible technically.
If it destroys the bridge under our feet. Yeah, it could be the same for flying, but we could, if we get out of the lava, we can fly up. If the bridge is gone, the bridge is gone.
Well, if they take out the pixies, well, then we can tell the pixies to stay out the way.
Yeah.
But if Senti gets hit, well, then again, if I get hit, then.
Yeah. So.
But I have a better con save than Senti does, though.
How high is the ceiling above the lava?
About
Not
10
high
feet.
enough.
Oh,
Oh,
so
damn.
not a lot.
Yeah, it is. You get the sense of why they put this here. It is a very blah blah blah. Very compact area. It is a small section of the road that could have easily been blockaded in many other means, but they chose, for some reason, to fill it with lava.
How
Honestly,
wide
it might be
is
best
the
to do both.
channel?
It is kind of carved out the pathway. Probably at most, it was only the size of maybe like the road itself, which is 20 feet wide, and maybe like 5-10 feet on either side. But it's expanded out as the lava just melted through about 100 foot of stone.
Okay.
I know it would consume more resources, but it might be better if we do both, just so that like we can start by walking, and if it breaks the bridge, then we can also fly in case. Because like in either scenario, if you guys lose concentration, we're fucked without the backup. You know?
That is very, very true.
Yeah.
If the bridge breaks, we fall into the lava and die. If we're flying and Seer loses, and the pixies lose concentration, we fall into the lava and die. But having both is a bit more safe if you're both willing to use the slots for it.
That's fine.
And I mean,
too.
ideally, we aren't gonna go fight people immediately. Hopefully, we can make an alliance. So
I mean, well, I can get the spell slot back, so I'm not really too worried about it.
yeah,
But I don't mind. We can do both. I'm cool with it.
I vote for both personally.
So you have your plan?
All right.
Okay.
So
So we're
since
doing
he's
both. We're flying and we're walking.
since he's going to use conjure willing beings to summon up pixies. Pixies are going to use fly on us. Then I'm going to cast wall of stone to kind of create a bridge beneath us, just in case anything likes to mess with us.
Okay.
Well, nothing's messing with us. Can I cast prestidigitation to keep the air cool? Because I assume it's very warm.
Sure. So, Wall of Stone, Pixies to cast Fly. Okay.
And some AC if you're within 10 feet of me.
So, with that plan, um, you see the currently unnamed female drow kind of nods to you all. Good work. Okay.
Okay. And I'll put Wallstone in the.
If we were going to go, we should go now.
No need to dally.
Indeed. Three. We should time this. Three,
All right.
2, 1. And quickly, you all begin to run down this kind of steep slope on the very edge of the chamber narrowing. Running across the open road, you head essentially just towards the main part of the lava. Um, you see 100 feet across the end of it, but there is magma directly in front of you. Gamesh, you cast Wall of Stone?
Yep.
Okay. Um, so, is it elevated in any way, or is it in the lava?
Um. So I'm going to do the. So you said it's 100 foot across, right?
Yes.
All right. Then I will. Cause let me read it again. Where is it at? If the no, where is it? The
Just so you
wall
know,
can have.
this does remind you of the spell that was cast at the end of the last battle you all were in.
Oh, Caldera. Okay.
Yeah. It
The wall
seems
does.
a more permanent version.
Amazon merge with and be self for his own, thus he can use spells for the chasm ramp. If you create a span greater than 20 feet in length, you must half the size of each panel to create supports. Alright, so it will be technically I'll be doing alright, so by the definition of this with the way the spell works with this, since each panel will be 20 foot long, I have to half the dimensions of the wall, so it'd be 10 by 5. I think. Wait, I think that's if you create a span greater than 20 feet in length, you must have the size of each panel to create supports. So I have 10 walls. That means that I can use all those to create a bridge across. So it'll be 5 foot across and 20 feet per. No, 10 feet per panel. Yeah, I think that's how it works. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, and then it creates supports for the ramp, for the chasm itself, for the bridge. I mean, so I don't think it'll be inside the lava. If I kind of do it like a slight arc.
Suspension bridge.
Yeah.
The supports are in the ceiling.
I mean, because if I do it like where it kind of goes up on both sides and then plateaus out, the supports can be underneath, starting from where they connect at. At least that makes sense in my mind. I don't know if it does. I'll leave it up to you.
Honestly, suspension might be safer, just so that if there is anything under the lava, it can't be breaking the supports.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It would
yeah.
have to come out of the lava to attack the supports.
Hmm.
I don't usually use it like this. It's a little different.
Can you explain it to me again, just so I?
Okay, so the way the spell says is the it must however be merged with the wall doesn't need to be vertical or rest on any firm foundation. It must, however, merge with and be solidly supported by existing stone. There is stone on both sides of the caldera. Thus, you can use this spell to bridge a chasm or create a ramp. If you create a span, which this is, it's 100 feet across, greater than 20 feet in length, you must have the size of each panel. I'll be using the 20 by 10-foot variant of the panel. So having that down, that'll put me at 10 by 5. And what that does, that creates supports for the bridge itself, like inherently within the spell. So then I have 10 panels in total. So that would give me 100-foot length with 5 feet across.
Okay. I would accept that.
Okay. Cool.
So you all watch as Ganesh begins to cast this spell. He takes a small block of granite and uses his magic, and suddenly this large, thin bridge of stone just emanates forward and connects in the middle and creates a solid platform to cross this space. Senti then casts Fly on all of you through the pixies, correct? Okay. So, currently, there are 7 of you. You summon 8 pixies to cast Fly, right? Good. Very good. You all feel that slight hovering nature to yourselves as you are now able to fly. The drow immediately turns towards all of you. Wow. Now I'm not surprised that you got all this way. Quickly, let's go. Be wary on the sides.
All right.
You can fly for
And
60 feet.
Yep. And we should be flying, like, try to fly above the bridge as much as you can.
So, you all begin to...
Here flies like horizontally.
Oh.
She's 8.5 feet tall.
Mhm.
There's so little space between her head and the ceiling if she was vertical.
So, as you all begin to fly over the bridge, you get close to halfway, and then you see it. Massive sections of the molten lava begin to pseudopod themselves onto the bridge itself and pull themselves up as you see 3 molten oozes begin to climb the bridge in an attempt to strike some of you.
Oh, say that again?
3
Sorry.
molten oozes have climbed to the bridge and are going to attempt to strike some of you.
Oh, that's ugly. They shouldn't do that. That's mean.
Yeah, what do we ever do to them?
Fucking rude ass bitch.
They are keeping this pathway safe. For the
They could take a break though. They don't have
Yeah,
to.
come on. Take a smoke break, guys.
Unionize.
No.
Alright? Can we unionize these
One
slime
is
bag
going to
bitches?
go for the drow. One is probably going to hit Faradir. And one is let's say one is the last one I'll roll for. So first, the biggest person, and the last person is going to be. Oh, that's going to be Gamesh.
Okay.
You were the first on the bottom of my list in roll 20. And I rolled a 1. Against the drow, that is only a 10 to hit. Um, next on Faradir, that is going to be a 20 to hit.
Just hits without my
Just?
swords out.
Okay. Um, you watch all of you as the first one misses as the drow soars past with great speed. Um, the other one catches Faradir and is immediately grappling Faradir, pulling her down closer to the bridge.
Grappling, you say?
Yep.
That's unfortunate. I can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
Unless...
It's going to be 3 bludgeoning, 11 acid, and 12 fire damage.
So you said 3 bludgeoning, 11 acid, 12 fire?
Yes. And you are immediately grabbed by it, and as this molten ooze just grabs a hold of you, grappling it, you feel yourself being I cannot speak today. Constricted in this magma, and immediately you catch fire. The last one is going to attack Ganesh
I love that for me.
for a 7 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay. Immediately flying past the one that targeted her, you see the drow is going to. Let's see. I think they can only make one attack. They're just going to make one hand crossbow attack. That is only a 12 to hit. And it does hit the ooze. Interesting. The ooze is not going to be poisoned. However, it does take some of the damage. That is only going to be 9 points of damage to one of the oozes. And she continues to fly. She gets to the other side of the bridge and turns back with a worried expression on her face as she sees the oozes attacking all of you. Next, we're going to go with Ganesh.
Okay. So Faradir is grappled.
Yes.
So, do we think we still need this bridge? I'm thinking we don't need the bridge anymore.
It's up to you, man.
Okay. So there's 3 oozes on the bridge. One of them has Faradir. The other 2 are just on the bridge right now.
Yeah, they missed their attacks.
And we're about halfway across, a little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more than halfway.
Okay. I am going to. Oh man, if I cast this and it doesn't work, Faradir's going straight into the lava.
Yeah.
Why Why does it always have to be complicated?
It's a challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge. Okay. All right. I will. Like, there's no way they have good charisma saves, right?
You don't know.
There's no way. All right. I'm not gonna take the risk. Can I, if I fly down, can I? Damn. Can I give Fairdeer? Can I use the help action to give Fairdeer advantage on breaking her grapple?
Um, sure. Um,
But
you,
I'd have to fly down closer though,
yeah, you
obviously.
can do that.
Uh,
I can give myself advantage. It's okay.
oh, okay. Um, then I'll just use Terran Fist at range and see how that works out
okay,
on the one that's holding her, obviously.
obviously, yeah. 28
28 to hit
hits.
for 13 bludgeoning and 8 force.
Okay.
And then I'll use Stone Aegis on Fairdeer. I know
Got it.
they're not doing the damage, but you're already been hurt, so let's try to keep it as low as possible.
Yeah, much appreciated. That's -5, right?
-6 now
-6. Wow.
to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Mhm.
Bonus action. I don't really got anything. I'll just say, does it? How far did their attack seem to reach?
Um, 10 feet.
10 feet. I'll try to just get outside that range.
Okay. One will
Yeah.
get an attack of opportunity on you.
Ooh.
The one that the one that attacked you, it's within your range.
That makes sense. That does make sense. Then you know what? I will not do that, and I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay. Laura. It is Faradir's turn.
Me. I will bonus action giant might. So I'm gonna get big in a small area.
Yeah.
But I am technically horizontal. I did say, so my feet aren't in the lava, hopefully.
I will say
That does make me size large. I don't know if that affects the grapple at all. I know some things have a limit on size category for grapples. I don't know about this thing, but
it doesn't matter. It could technically this thing can grapple any size target
okay, good to know.
as long as it's a creature.
But yeah, I guess I'll just use my action to try and break out.
Okay.
But I do get advantage from giant might.
Yeah.
So
I will say you do also you are on fire, so you do take 4 points of fire damage immediately.
okay, cool. I got a 31.
Yeah. You use your action and force away the pure magma and lava that is holding on to you, and you squeeze yourself out of its grasp.
Cool. And then I'll just move forward as much
Um,
as I can.
Ooh. Hold up.
I know I'll take attack of opportunities, but like I can't just stay there. I'll get grappled again.
Yeah. Technically you're restrained. I'm just making sure. Yeah, so you were still able to get out of it. I'm just making sure. So as you break free, you attempt to move away.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and go forward as much as I can.
It's gonna use its reaction.
Okay.
That is only a 15.
That does not hit.
Okay. As you break free, you immediately fly the rest of the way and are now away from the bridge.
Cool. Is anyone else near the end of it, or is everyone
Everyone's
in the midway
currently in the
mark?
middle. The only other person near the end is the drow.
Okay. I'd assume they're probably not. Never mind, I already used my action. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. That brings it to Seer.
Yes. So who all is what's all next to me right now?
Um. So, currently next to you is, um, a probably Gamesh and Belric, and Senti, just currently above the bridge. There are 3 of the oozes just below you, and they are, yeah, just there, waiting.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay. So if I move, will I take opportunity attacks?
Only one can do an opportunity attack right
Hmm. Okay. And does it seem like anyone's in trouble?
now. Currently no.
Okay. So then I have no reason to do anything other than just move forward.
Okay.
So I guess I'll disengage as my action and just fly forward
Got it. You get to the other
as
side of
far
the
as I
bridge.
can.
Yeah. That is your action. Belric.
Yeah, I think I'll probably do the same thing, like disengage and go almost to the end, but like, I guess have a way to like reach someone if someone needs help, so I can like pull them in,
Gotcha.
if anything.
Yeah, so you only move probably only about 40 feet out of the full speed that you have. Yeah, easy enough. Senti, do you do the same? Gotcha. Leaving only Gamesh on the bridge, with the oozes going. He watches all 3 of the oozes converge on Gamesh. First one's going to make an attack. That's going to hit. That is a nat 20.
How far away is he?
You said you moved your full speed?
Yeah, it's like to the end of the bridge.
Yeah, so you're 60 feet away.
Never mind. I cannot help you.
Second attack is only going to be 17 to hit. Oh,
That misses.
well, technically you're hit and immediately restrained. So it's at advantage.
No.
Second attack will miss. With advantage you'll miss. The last one's going to attack on you with advantage as well. That one misses as well. Only one hits you, but it's for a nat 20.
Okay.
You are grappled and restrained, and are going to take a series of damage. So, bludgeoning wise, you take 3 points of bludgeoning,
Okay.
10 points of acid,
Okay.
and 7 points of fire damage.
Alrighty.
And since they're next to you, it is going to use half of its movement to pull you into the lava. As you're grappled and restrained, you watch the one that grabs you, attacks you, and then begins to just shift and pull you down into the magma. You can only move 10 feet. You are on the cusp. You are basically inches away from this magma as it's just pulling you down, and you watch as it just engulfs itself in the magma, and you could barely notice where its body is and where the actual lava begins.
Okay.
That is back to your turn. You are on fire as a part of the ability. At the start of your turn, you're going to take 3 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to double the dice. Sorry. Take an extra 5 points of bludgeoning, 4 points of acid, and 8 points of fire. I don't know how I forgot to double dice.
Was what 37? So I had, what, another 17, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. All right. Well, that first one still would have passed then. Okay. I'm gonna cast banishment on it.
Okay. The bridge immediately disappears. It makes its charisma saving throw, which is 13, um, which is then -5.
I thought you said he made it. I was like, there's no fucking way. There's
So
no fucking way.
he rolled his save, and it
Oh,
is
and I'm gonna quick and spell this.
okay. Yeah, so he rolled an 8. Immediately, as you're being pulled into the lava, you're staring down magma about to hit your face, and then you watch as part of the magma just it empties as this creature is no longer in that space.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You have your action.
Now I'm going to disengage,
Gotcha.
and I'm gonna fly the rest of the way.
Yeah, you zoom over the remaining lava and make it to the other side, just next to Faradir, and the two of you look at each other, both of you completely on fire.
Like, as I need to be put out, or
Yes,
does-
you are on fire.
I'll
Um,
I'll stop, drop, and roll.
uh, if the target is a creature or a flammable object, it is also set ablaze. Which, yeah. So, Faradir, you are on fire. You take 5 points of fire damage.
Great. I'm gonna put myself out if I can.
Yeah, you just have to use your action to do it.
Great.
Faradir stops, drops, and rolls.
I'm wearing so much fire resistant plate, but the parts of that aren't the plate are what's on fire.
Yeah, it's like your hair.
Not her hair! It's
Yeah.
so beautiful!
It's all like the underclothing that you have, like your boot, like fur. Just
Damn.
anything that can burn. And your
Just
skin.
ruining her outfit.
Yeah, and your skin.
Skin can heal. You have to replace clothes.
Skin can heal somewhat with magic. There's still evidence.
It's fine. She'll be fine.
But that's your action. Seer.
Yeah,
Gamesh is on fire.
Gamesh is on fire. I guess. Could I put him out?
Yeah, you use your action to put him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pat Gamesh down, eliminating all the fire.
Would prestidigitation work? And does he count as a small campfire?
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I snap my fingers and use prestidigitation.
Easy enough. You don't even pat him down. You just
No.
eliminate the fire. The fire just dulls all over Gamesh's skin and outfit.
Thank you,
My verbal
Seer.
component is fire be gone.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Brings it to Belric. You see the oozes on the bridge.
Are they like moving
Oh no,
fast
actually,
towards us?
at this point there's no bridge. They have fallen into the lava. They haven't moved yet, but you see these large mounds of magma, and they're just sitting in the lava, and they're probably gonna come running after you.
I guess I'll start moving away from it, but still try and keep near everyone. So I won't go too far away from everyone.
Yeah, they're about 20 feet from you, so you probably just move your speed up to them. They use their full movement to kind of pass the bridge for the most part.
Okay.
Senti. You have a pixie that is ready for chaos. If you so wished. I don't know what the pixie can do. Confusion? Yeah, they have to make wisdom saves. So 2 of them. That's a 14 and a 4. So that is a 12 and a 2. Oh, so one passes, the other one fails. You see one of these large magma oozes kind of quizzically looks confused for a moment. At the end of that, the confused one gonna roll a d8. They don't do anything this turn. You watch as this confused, quizzical-looking ooze does nothing. The other one only moves about 10 feet towards you all. With this, you all realize that they're going to attempt to give chase, but they are not quick by any means. It does use its action to dash, moving additional 20 feet, only getting to the very end of the lava patch. All of you are still 20 feet away and begin to quickly move. Using the last of your flying, you zoom through the remainder of the cavern, leaving the oozes behind you.
Oh,
That is what I was worried about.
yeah.
But we did well.
Oh. Any, more, fire-based things we should know about?
Fire spiders, burrowing fire entities, the regular soldiers, giants, and all manner of beasts.
Alright.
Usually the Underdark isn't this fun.
Alright, well. Gotta move regardless.
Now that we've passed this, it should open up in about 100 feet or so. And we'll be able to stealth the rest of the way. Let's get out of the open. And that you all begin to quickly make your way out of this open area and again find rocky spaces to stealth and maneuver quietly through this section of the Underdark. It does open in front of you, and you do spot what appears to be a new section of the Underdark. The ceiling itself glows with a faint bluish light, casting a dim sort of light throughout the space. It's not as dark as the previous chamber, and you can see small spaces of large mushrooms almost seem to create small little oases and groves throughout this space in the Underdark. You see small flashes of light as one mushroom seems to emanate these almost sparkling little spores across the ground near it. You continue to mount this kind of rising section of rocks, getting a slight overview of this newly found space. As you get to the top, you see a series of these large mushrooms directly to the side of you. And if you wished, you could take one. This one is directly, adjacent to you. It casts all of you in this like dim bluish light.
Nah, mate, this isn't my home. I'm not taking shit.
Yeah, Senti, you grab some. How much do you wish to grab? Okay. You see it. This a small one kind of puffs out these little tiny bright spores, and you just place your hand and grab one, and it's strange. These are massive spores, about the size of a baseball. And it is a strange spore that you've never seen before. The fauna down here is otherworldly. It's about this point, as you just begin to pass that, you look down and see the road that leads further into the Underdark. Begins to go around this large curve. As of now, you're maybe about 50, 60 feet above the road, in this kind of bluish chamber. You continue to climb as you suddenly are all stopped as you hear a loud roaring sound and the beating of wings. You see your guide immediately stops all of you. Oh no. And immediately you see she begins to speak a few words, and then suddenly you all are encompassed in full darkness. Magical darkness encompasses all of you. Don't move. Whatever you do. You hear this, and you hear the sound of stone being slammed into you, and then you all feel a distant heat well up into the room as you feel as if fire engulfs part of the chamber. You hear as you just sense these massive feet begin to pull something large through the chamber. And you hear a voice. Do any of you speak Draconic?
I think just my bet he does.
Yeah, my Becky. And I guess Senti.
Yeah, Senti will understand this as well. From what Senti can hear, in Draconic, you just hear this deep voice just echo across the cavern walls. It is quiet, as you are a distance away from what you can tell, but it is menacing. Why would you flee, little rebel? Why don't you just give in? You hear a distant, almost cry of pain. It's hard to hear. This is a vast distance away, and you guess this whatever this entity is speaking louder than whoever they have just breathed fire on. The voice in Draconic echoes again through the chamber. I'm glad you did. I enjoy the taste of boiling flesh. And then there is the sound of teeth snatching something. And then you hear the beating of wings, and it seems to disappear. You see the darkness fades. And down at the very edge of where the road begins to curve, you just see some of these mushrooms are aflame, burning down. You see spores are being released and immediately incinerate as a dozen mushrooms are just gone. We're almost there. We have to go. And she quickly, you watch as she teleports 60 feet up the pathway and gets a better view on the curving of the road around the corner. And she just waves you on.
Does it look like the fire is spreading?
It's not like a mushroom forest. They're kind of groves, like these small little oases. And so it doesn't seem to be spreading too far. It just, one of these oases is just completely burned away.
Okay.
You do see, as you get higher, more of the ground that was engulfed in the flame, and you can see probably some of the individuals that were burned. It wasn't just one. They are just charred bone. One seemed to have survived. The others are gone. You all reach the edge of this little ridge and begin to approach one of these large mushrooms, and you watch as it spouts off these massive spores that just seem to hit the ground with this beautiful, like, soft light on them. You see she kind of looks back, and you can kind of see down the roadway and watch as the road itself curves and then curves again out of view. You can see dozens more of these small mushroom oases kind of spread throughout that space. But she walks close to this large mushroom. And you can see she kind of like pushes one off to the side, and you see as she does, it begins to almost bend itself fully. You watch as the whole top head of the mushroom begins to turn over, and the other one as well, almost bisecting themselves and creating a path. And you can see a hidden, tiny cavern behind these few mushrooms near the top of this ridge. Come, we're almost there. She steps over the mushroom, past it, and into this small cavern.
Following.
Yeah. You follow for about another hour. The mushrooms get more and more intense and often. The shapes and colors are astounding. They're beautiful, and there is a almost an interesting smell that extends throughout this space. As you do travel here, let's see. What is Belric's active thoughts at the moment as he walks through this space?
And this space is just like the groves, mushrooms, right?
Yes. It is a kind of small, compact cavern with just these large mushrooms that kind of grow in across the sides. It's beautiful and otherworldly.
Probably his most active thought would probably be just thinking about what kind of any enemies are nearby and just keep an eye out.
Okay. As you think that, a voice enters your head. There are no enemies here, good sir.
I guess I'll just do like a quick like spin around, just try and see where I can hear the voice at.
Make a perception check. Okay. Easy enough. You turn towards one of the mushrooms on the left side as you're passing it. And you stop. So, just so I know, what's the marching order for everyone? I should have asked this a while ago.
I would assume at this point I'm probably still
Leading?
well, at least right behind our drow
Yeah.
companion.
Okay.
I'd probably be near the back. I'd imagine we had Seer and Mabeki in the middle, probably, to keep them safe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably be towards the front.
Gotcha. So, everyone but Gamesh and the guide are kind of stopped as you just watch as Belric stops and looks towards one of these mushrooms on the wall. And you turn your head slightly, and you see it lifts an arm and waves towards you. And as you realize it has eyes and a strange mouth that is these almost like combs of the mushroom. And you just hear in your head, "We are a peaceful people. There is nothing to fret here."
Are these Myconids?
They certainly look like them.
I love Myconids! Me as a player, I love them. They're so rad. I want to play one so badly. My backup character, if Faradir dies, I'm playing a Myconid, guys. Love
Okay.
those silly little guys.
Yeah. So Belric, what do you do? He's just looking at you.
No, they don't die in the sun. I think they have like sunlight sensitivity, but they're
they
not
have
an actual
sun
playable
sickness.
race.
They do die in the sun.
Oh, well,
Yeah. If they spend an hour in direct sunlight, they will die.
that sucks. That's bad.
That's why they live underground.
Just carry an umbrella.
You know, that's a really good point. I'll play a Myconid with an umbrella. I'll figure it out, don't worry. I mean, as a Faradir could die.
Right.
And it's at this point that all of you kind of begin to hear that voice enter your head. "We are a peaceful people. It is a pleasure to see newcomers find the safety of our home."
This
Don't
is
like that.
weird.
You see the drow kind of looks back. "Don't worry, they're harmless. Unless you go hurting them."
I'm just
Right.
I'm just gonna anxiously pet pop it.
So with that, you all continue. And it once Belric notices the first one, you begin to spot that the entire walkway, many of the mushrooms are just looking at you. It's not just one. There's dozens of them. As you walk into the space, they're just standing guard across this open cavern as you enter it. Soon, you find yourselves entering a kind of more open cavern. The ceiling begins to extend partially beyond your sight. To the immediate sides of you, you see more of these tall mushrooms just spread out spores in the space, softly lighting the chamber with this beautiful light around the base. Um, you see kind of a carved pathway extends downward from this almost like sharpened ridge. And as you begin to approach it, looking over, you see what all of you can only assume is a refugee camp. Many of the individuals seem to be living in partially excavated mushroom-capped homes, or just using any semblance of the space to create minor places of rest. You can see approximately maybe 100 or so different drow. You can see many small, kind of dark-skinned gnomes, and other individuals who've just taken up this place as a refuge. You can see many of these large myconoids, well, sorry, not large, these, medium human-sized myconoids kind of patrolling the space. And then you hear this heavy footfall and see a large one is currently in the midst of talking with two individuals as it maneuvers through the space. One of the individuals is a short human, most likely a halfling. You can see they wear these very green robes around themselves and have this kind of partially jovial smile that is on the edge of fading. The other individual they talk to is familiar in its essence, as you see walking with them a large, many-legged, bulbous spider humanoid. As you see a Drider walks with the massive myconoid sovereign and a small halfling. Welcome to the home of the myconoids. You'll be safe here for now. You can rest up and discuss what you're doing next.
Thank
Please.
you.
No problem. Don't act aggressively towards the myconoids. They're peaceful. They abhor violence. So just stay peaceful. As much as you can. She walks down a few of the steps and kind of disappears into the crowds of drow that are setting up camps. You see a couple of them are cooking, roasting these small little mushrooms, and they all begin to look at you as you step into the space. All eyes are on all of you.
You said this is Mike Noid, right?
The drow are all looking at you.
Oh, the drow is staring at us. Okay.
Yeah. As well as the little underground gnomes. The deep gnomes.
Hi.
You see one of the gnomes kind of walks over. Hello.
And you are?
I'm inconsequential.
Did he say his name is inconsequential, or
He just says he's inconsequential.
That's a little depressing.
What?
So,
I just wanted to greet you. Say hi. Welcome to the refugee camp.
thanks for the greeting.
No problem.
How long you been down here? Or here specifically?
They they sacked my home about 6 months back. I've only been here probably about a month.
Well, sorry to hear that.
It's life.
Yeah, they attacked mine, just a few days ago.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Don't feel sorry. I plan to kill him back.
Oh. Oh, you probably want to talk to the bosses about that, then.
And who would that be?
Well, I don't think he has a name. They just call him Sovereign. That's the big guy. Then you have he looks towards the Drider. Then you have her.
Okay.
We just call her Faye. And then the little one is our friend. She brought us here.
Faye, F-A-Y-E.
F-A-E.
Faye, okay. It's called a Drider, right?
Yes, a Drider.
And then he called it the drow that guided us here, the little one.
No, he's pointing to the halfling.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I have to find her name for a second. Oh, her name is Tea Leaf, if you want to know. She's been living in the Underdark for many years now. She's kind of our savior.
And this is what is this? Is this a dwarf or a gnome or?
This is a deep gnome. This is a Snurf Niblin.
Okay. Smurf Niblin.
Yeah, Snurf Niblin. If you
I
wish
love
to know.
that.
Do you want to know how to pronounce it? Oh, that's a link to Spotify. That is not right.
Here's how to pronounce it. Spotify.
Yeah, that's exactly how you pronounce it. Oh. Where is it? Right there.
Tea Leaf is a good name.
It is. That's how you spell Snurf Niblin.
Oh, that's his name.
No, that's his species. He's a
Oh.
yeah, he's a Snurf Niblin. His name. If you ask him his name again, he will tell you. His name is Dildra.
Dildra.
Oh, is he gonna tell us that, or are we just gonna call him inconsequential? Hey, inconsequential.
He's just a lonely little Snurf Niblin who's just a refugee here.
Ha! I wrote deep known instead of deep gnome. Oh.
We dealt with some knowns knowns. Fuck.
Yeah,
Now
no,
you got me
Yeah, look,
doing it.
everybody's fucking up today.
Yeah, you've met with normal gnomes.
We were assholes to them on purpose.
These are the deep gnomes. They are, fairly similar.
Even easier to bully.
Honestly, kind of. They're one of the only good things in the Underdark.
Yeah.
You know what else are good?
Hmm.
Flumps.
Flumps
Okay,
are
and
very
did
good.
we ever get the name
I
of the drow that
Love
guided us
flumps so much.
You
I don't
did
think
not
so.
ask the name. You never
here?
asked.
Okay.
Flumps live on vibes alone, and I love that for them. In the Spelljammer campaign I'm running for my Sunday group, the Spelljammer, so the person that like flies the ship that the party's currently on he's a flump named Flapjack. He has a pirate hat.
I love that so much.
He's pretty great. Everyone loved him.
I love flumps. They're great.
They're fantastic. One of the best creatures in D&D.
Mm.
Okay, so we need to talk to the Sovereign, basically.
Yes.
And it seems like Faye is second in command, maybe.
Possibly. But we need to find Sovereign, though.
Oh yeah, but maybe we could ask Faye where Sovereign is.
Finally got my taxes done. Gee. Okay. That's done. That's done. All right.
And do you want to do the talking?
I feel like I've been talking a lot this session. I'll let somebody else do the talking.
Okay.
I feel like I'd be steamrolling conversations when we
Seer, you're up.
Yeah, apparently.
so our second
Hi.
talker. So
Hello,
our second talker.
Sovereign.
Either Seer or Belric. They got the charisma.
Let's go ahead and put a Faraday in there. Yeah.
Hell, I
Yeah.
mean, Faraday doesn't have a bad charisma. It's a 14.
Exactly. So she can do this.
She's just really bad at talking to people.
Yeah.
It's part of her charm.
I mean,
Her
well,
charisma is more presence based rather than
it's intimidation charisma,
vocally
not
based.
I make people
Yeah.
like me charisma.
She has she has a
it's-
plus 12 and advantage on intimidation. She's very
Look,
scary, a very
look,
scary
look.
presence.
Her charisma is her size alone. It's once you see
Yeah.
how
Exactly.
you
She's
pay,
just
you pay attention.
she's yeah.
She walks in the room and you all know she's a threat. That's her charisma.
As it should be.
Asir's just very good at being underestimated. Asir walks in a room and you all know she's not a threat.
Until she is a threat.
Yeah, and yeah.
Until she is.
Asir's never been a threat to anyone in her life, guys.
Oh, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's like
Outroll my
That's straight up-
deception check then.
Straight up untrue.
with quadruple disadvantage for that lie.
Factually incorrect, but okay. Go off, queen.
Oh my gosh. Our little borderline psychopathic queen.
Yeah, I think Asir's being extra timid. So what do you mean borderline? I am psychopathic.
No, she cares for people and things. I really feel like she's one of those characters like she hasn't, don't get me wrong, she's hanging on to the edge by dear life. But but it won't take much for them fingers to slip, you know?
I just need someone to come in here and like fucking what Lion King Scar to Mufasa me off the edge of the cliff.
Yeah, pretty much. And then she's a lich, you know. It's not...
Then I've unlocked the secret to immortality.
Yeah, she'll also need immortality.
And I'll make it your problem.
Oh
No.
goodness.
Okay.
But yes, I will not be doing the talking for this. You guys can figure it out. I done did all the rest of it. I got us here.
Who other than Gamesh goes and talks?
I do want to.
Me and Seer go.
Yeah, I do want to ask. What's his name? I didn't write his name down. I just wrote him down as inconsequential.
I got it.
His name is
I got it.
inconsequential. Like that doesn't
It
matter.
is. It is Dildra.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Dildra.
Yes.
D-I.
Exactly. You got it.
I got it. No,
His name
the
is
only
Dill.
reason I was like, as soon as you say dild, I was like, oh, he ain't about to. I was like, did you say dildo? I was like,
No, it's Dilf. Don't worry about it.
it's dild.
Hey,
Joke
hey, inconsequential. What's up? How are
Man.
you?
I'm
That's his rap name.
That's good.
Let's sign this guy to a music label.
Hey, yo, we'll be the first major label in the world.
Legacy, Odyssey, Elegy, prophecies written in heavenly bodies.
Yeah.
That gnome can rap.
That
Nice.
gnome, that gnome flows from
He's
the
got
dome.
bars.
I'm gonna make a note. He can rap.
He can rap now.
We gotta take him with us.
Take him
Hey,
on the
dude,
road.
do you die in the sun?
that sounds kind of racist because he's the no.
That's a weird thing to say.
Do you die in the sun? I heard some things above ground. I didn't know if they were true or not.
No, what I actually want to ask, I do want to ask, is how we would go about talking, or like getting like an audience or a meeting with Sovereign.
Let me go and talk to Tea Leaf. I'll see what she can do.
Alright, thank you. Appreciate it.
He nods his head towards you. You see, he kind of like begins to just walk over towards the group. You can see the three of them are all currently together, just like kind of walking about. They're having just a simple chat, and it's very strange seeing a giant mushroom, a giant spider woman, and a small halfling just casually chatting as they just take a stroll through the space.
This is an adventuring party.
Yeah.
Right,
Just a bunch of people that should not be together.
Graham. Is this your third campaign going on right now?
Secret third campaign.
Technically, two of these characters have been in my campaigns before.
I love it, man. I
For once, our
absolutely
group
fucking love
fits in.
Tea Leaf was a rogue in the Underdark, and so is the Sovereign. Well, he was not a rogue. He was
Nice.
a giant mushroom.
it. Nice.
The easiest way to find an adventuring party is a group of people that are a bunch of different races that look like they shouldn't be there.
Honestly,
Exactly.
they should not be together.
Those are the main characters.
So he walks over to the small gnome and just seems to almost interrupt their little talk that they seem to be having.
And then they kill him. No.
Yes.
Oh no.
You watch as Tea Leaf, this small gnome, sorry, not gnome, halfling, just immediately stabs him in the chest and spits on his body.
Oh well. I guess we're not seeing Sovereign.
All right, guys. I knew this was a trap.
Nah. They have a short conversation. You see Tea Leaf kind of looks over towards all of you, nods her head, speaks for a few moments to the other two, and begins to walk over with the little gnome. As she gets over close to you all, hi.
Hello. Tea Leaf, correct? I'm Seer.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
pleasure to meet you. And she raises her hand.
I'll take it.
The pleasure's all mine.
Don't often see other surface folk down here. It's good to have more of them. So, I'm guessing you're here on business.
Yes. Uh, we've we've come to deal with well, let me ask this question first. You know who Garish Tal is, correct?
Yes. All of us do.
Good. That's who we've come to deal with.
Huh. Very interesting.
Graham, is your mic okay? It sounds like it's going through it.
My mic's going through it.
Your mic is going through it.
I'm so sorry about that. Hold up. Let me fix it.
Tea leaf's too powerful.
It's taken over. It just sounded like maybe like a fan was blowing on it. I don't know. It's not a big deal though. I just like to create problems. Also, I don't know if I said it out loud or only in my head, but I did go up with Seer.
You just say it out loud.
Okay, great.
It'd be so funny if it was only in your head.
It happens.
It's like, yeah, I'm here with Seer.
They're like,
Either
what was I
in
doing?
my
I thought-
head or I wasn't pressing down my push to talk button and nobody heard it.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. Definitely.
I don't know what happened. Yeah, I didn't do anything.
It just be like that sometimes. It just needed a break.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes.
I might have too many tabs open. Probably.
Valid.
Yeah. Well. It's good to hear someone's trying something. Come, let's have a talk. I can introduce you to the Saffron. And, the scary spider lady.
Okay, so Tea Leaf thinks Faye is scary. Good to note.
I mean, she is.
Everyone, is Faye like scarier than the
fucking
demons
spider.
we've seen?
It's a big
we've
fucking
seen-
spider!
We've seen one before.
Yeah, you've seen one. You killed one. You turned it to stone.
Yeah, like I don't think a big spider is scarier than half the stuff we've seen.
Yeah.
Agree to
Yeah, but it
disagree,
is
man.
a large spider lady. You can see she has a heavy, like, long bow on her back. She is, you know, for all intents and
Both
purposes,
hot
she's-
and terrifying.
yeah, definitely.
But I'm not saying she's not scary. I'm just saying like in
In context of what
in
we've seen.
context
and
of what we've seen, she's
Yeah.
it's less like, oh no, oh god, oh shit, there's a big spider, and more like, that's a person who could probably kill me. I better watch out.
Is she taller than Faradir?
100%. She's a large creature.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. She
Faradir's
currently
like,
is like,
I don't like it.
I mean, in your enlarged form, you probably will be taller. But
For a
she's-
minute, Faradir can be taller.
Yeah, but she's like 14 feet tall.
God damn. Alright.
I mean, what? Faradir's like, what, 8?
She got the
Half,
long
9?
spider legs.
8'5".
Okay, I'm gonna prepare myself to pretend to not be nervous.
I will say the Sovereign himself is just pushing like 16 feet.
16?
That's a big boy.
He's a big mushroom.
fucking
He's
mushroom.
large.
Honestly,
God,
good for
jeez.
him.
Yeah, he's the Sovereign. He's a large creature.
I mean, all power to him.
Yeah. Even though he's a
All
large
the
creature,
power.
he's still only CR2.
I mean, they're not really
they're-
combat-based creatures.
They are
It's
totally
like a
fast-paced.
sunfish. Sunfish are huge, but they don't do anything.
For absolutely nothing.
Yeah. The only reason that they stay alive is because their nutritional value is so low that other creatures don't bother eating them.
Yeah.
They are nothing. That's the
They're
only reason
all
they're
full.
alive.
They're the rice crackers of the sea.
Yeah, it's like a giant Ritz cracker. It's nothing. They have no nutritional value that's worth the amount
They're
of
the
effort it
iceberg
takes to eat them.
lettuce of the sea.
Yeah, they're
You're,
lettuce.
you're burning more calories chewing than you are eating. Ain't that some shit?
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's why they
so
get
they're
so
just
big.
not worth it.
Nobody wants to eat them because it's like that's too much fucking work, man.
That's what the sovereign is. He's just
Just big.
big and that's it.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
But mushrooms do have a lot of nutrients in them, so
So it'd be worth it for us to eat him.
it would. we might
This is-
also
This
get
is the
poisoned
awful
and die though.
Yes.
We could either get poisoned and die or have a really good treat. But
Okay,
me
okay.
personally, I hate mushrooms. They're disgusting.
Let's just
I
let
love
let's
mushrooms.
let Tea Leaf introduce us to Faye and the Sovereign. And we
Okay,
won't
that's a
eat
good
either
idea.
of them. How about that?
That's a good idea, actually.
So you all begin to follow Tea Leaf as she walks over towards the Sovereign and the large Drider Fae. They currently stand in the center of the whole encampment. Doesn't seem to. They just seem to be chilling. You see the large Myconoid Sovereign, this tall creature with these beautiful, multifaceted, colored, mushroom-topped head with these just beautiful, intricate, like shining colors. He is a bright individual, and is just otherworldly gorgeous. The Drider herself is incredibly scary. Just her like natural smile that she gives towards all of you immediately is not good. She looks sly and creepy and looks as if she's planning something, even if she's maybe not. You watch as Tea Leaf begins to approach them. You watch as her outfit changes. You see it gets a little bit more well adorned. And in that moment, you can see underneath, it seems to be some sort of glamored studded leather that shifts and becomes this more regal outfit, where before she was just wearing like a greenish cloak almost. It now looks beautiful and slightly more fancy. Sovereign, Faye, we have some new guests here joining us. I didn't quite get all of your names. If you want to introduce yourself, this is the Sovereign of the Myconoid people. He has graciously let us stay with him. And this individual, she smiles, is Felu Ziltir. She is a Drider that has taken many of us under her wing of protection in these trying times.
Alus Saltier.
Yeah. Faye, and then Lue, and then her last name is Xiltyr.
All right, spell that last name again.
Yeah, I got you.
That was one of them fantasy names you could never get it right on the
Yeah.
first try.
It's Elvish, you know.
You can all just call
Yeah.
me Faye if you wish. You hear in your minds a voice creep in. Hello. It is a pleasure to meet newcomers here. Please introduce yourselves.
I'm Seer. It's a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is mine.
I am very dear. I'll give like a little head nod to each of them.
Um, they all give a head nod back. Fair deal.
I'm Gamesh.
Welcome.
I am Belric.
The pleasure. I bet he introduces herself as well.
This is such dramatic music for this.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I have dramatic music on. Thank you for reminding me.
My god, it took me entirely too long to get this stupid fish to eat his food. He's so stupid.
Stupid.
He's the dumbest creature. And my dog is an idiot, so I am familiar with dumb animals.
Damn, no brain cells between both of them.
Literally none. The only animal in this entire house with brain cells is my other dog, Sophie, and she's blind. So, really, there's not a lot to go around. She got all the brain cells. Even my rats, which are supposed to be like smart animals, are kind of stupid. But in their defense, their pet store rats, so they're not exactly well bred.
Hmm.
It's all good.
Alright.
Breathing.
It was that. It was a goddamn soundboard. Fucked up everything.
You didn't vote enough, Graham.
Damn it! I shouldn't have said shit.
I'm sobbing on the sidewalk.
It's your own fault.
I
You don't
know.
have to,
I
though, is
know.
the thing. You don't have to.
But
You
at
have
the
a
same
choice.
time,
You have a choice to make.
No, I
but
think he's
I
legally
also
required to.
and his choice was soundboard to board the sounds. So is that just like a feature that's on Discord in general?
Yeah.
Oh, dang, Laura, your campaign.
Oh.
I'm disabling it. I don't know how, but I'll figure it out.
They are gonna fuck with you so
They
goddamn.
are. Everyone sucks. Wolf will never give me peace again.
Oh no.
I can't revoke him and Rufus's drawing privileges. I can't revoke their soundboard privileges. I can do nothing. Actually, can you disable soundboards in the voice chat? I don't even know. I don't have it. I can't look. I don't have the soundboard.
If you don't have it, I doubt you could disable it.
One of you that has it, can you disable it? Graham, can you disable it? You're the server
You might be
owner.
able to disable it for the
Yeah.
server, but I don't know if you'll be able to disable
All
it
I
at
can do is
all.
mute it. That's the most I can do. I can mute it for myself.
Well, then if you mute it, they can't fuck with you.
Yeah. That's a very fair point.
But then they'll fuck with each other and they'll get distracted more than they already are.
And that's saying something.
For real.
Oh man.
Oh, while we're taking a little break here, Graham and Driz, are you guys still interested in the Witchlight game after Another
When
Deep?
would that be happening?
It's the same time, same day. It'll just be after Never Deep ends. Nether Deep.
I mean, like, I'm like, do you have like an idea when that one's ending?
Yeah, I'm guessing like end of May. It really depends on how sluggish you guys are in the current area, but probably mid to end May, I'd guess.
Uh, I can't commit to it right now because I don't know when my next semester classes are going to be. I don't know what days they're going to be on. If they're on Thursdays, I'm gonna have to say no because I am kind of
Eh.
dragging myself through the mud right now with
No, that's
optimal study.
totally fair.
But if I think they'll be either they'll stay on Mondays or they'll change to like Wednesdays or something. But if I have nothing after work on a Thursday, I'll definitely wouldn't mind
Okay, good to know.
hopping
What
in.
about you, Graham? You're muted. Never mind. Graham died.
Oh no. He's there's
I should be able to if it's still on Thursdays.
and you said it's the Twilight one,
Seems
the like
the Witchlight. Yeah, the Wild Beyond
yeah,
the Witchlight. It's a
like,
Feywild campaign.
yeah. All right, then
It's not a super long one. I don't think it's nearly as long as Netherdeep was.
I'll at least have a character made just in case.
Does it have the pirate flump?
No, that's Spelljammer.
Ooh, nice.
I thought about running Spelljammer, but a different person in that server wants to run Spelljammer once he's less busy with school, so I didn't want to step on his toes with that.
I did see
Yeah.
his sheet. I looked it up.
He's great. I love Flapjack.
He only has 7 hit points.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a flump.
yeah, he's a flum. He just pilots the ship. You know, he's the Spelljammer.
Nice.
He is the Spelljammer.
Yeah, he is the Spelljammer. That's like the title for whoever jams the ship, I suppose. Whoever pilots it.
Yeah.
You get to sit in a little magic chair, and you use your brain power to pilot the ship in space. It's simple.
And they use psionics, so they gotta have a lot of brain power.
Yeah.
He's a smart boy.
Technically, the only requirement to pilot a ship is to be able to cast a spell, any spell. You can know a cantrip and be able to pilot a spacecraft.
Love that.
It's great. The
It is
Spelljamming
awesome.
universe is very interesting.
To be fair, is it like a case of where like you can know a spell, but that doesn't make you good at it?
I mean,
think
that's
so.
the only requirement. Like, if you can cast a spell, you can pilot this ship.
If you can
That's
weave the
wild.
arcane threads in any way, shape, or form, you're good.
Yeah.
Wild.
There's no other limitation. It can be any spell. I think. Or yeah, I guess it could be like a racial spell too, because it just says a spell.
Oh my god.
So.
That's
it could be
insane.
like just a regular tiefling could cast it because they have racial spells.
And inherent magic.
The
in
re-
their weapons.
Oh my
Yeah, the
goodness.
requirements are at the floor.
Their requirement is birth. You're born.
No,
hop-
no
hop
prior,
in.
no
I guess
prior
they-
work experience needed.
Yeah, I guess they really were like
Oh,
anyone can pilot a starship.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of had to make it accessible for parties without spellcasters. So it was like, as long as somebody can cast a single spell, any spell
Yeah.
will do, then you guys are okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why you wouldn't have any spellcasters in your space campaign, but you know.
It's interesting that they didn't do it like normal vehicles where there's a proficiency for it.
Yeah, you'd think, huh?
Oh, by the way, I found the token for the Myconoid Sovereign.
I love him. Such a big guy. That
Oh.
staff is fucking gigantic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy
That
shit.
staff is 25 feet tall.
Hmm. I'm trying to. I actually can't see it. It's not showing on my screen. It's showing on all of yours, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just have a spinning
so
orb
funny.
of death. These are some of the other ones. This is what those look like.
There's a
I love them.
because there's a sovereign
They're so funky.
in Baldur's Gate 3, and it's just so funny because he looks so different. He looks like a oyster mushroom in Baldur's Gate
Yeah, there's
3.
a lot of different types of myconids. They're great. I love them.
They're cool. Oh, there you
They're
go.
such little guys.
Yeah, they're cool. I like them.
The ones in Baldur's Gate 3, they're out for blood though. Yeah.
True. If you got if I ever run out of the abyss again, that one I think there's myconids in that.
Make them
Because
bloodthirsty.
it's another it's a not another deep Underdark campaign.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to run that like 2 years ago and I quit very quickly because I was like, this is too much. It's a very extensive campaign. Although it was one of the options for the next one after Netherdeep. Because technically, I have the module bought on Roll 20.
That's good.
So, like, I have everything for it. I just have to, like, actually read it.
And that's always the hardest part.
I haven't read Curse of Strahd, one because I want to play it, and two because I want to play it.
And because I want to play it.
I wanted to run Princes of the Apocalypse, but that it's incomprehensible, truly. There's no fucking way to run that campaign. I tried to read it and I was like, what? Who wrote this? And why? Did they get paid for this?
Honestly, I just know the gist of that one.
Yeah, like the concept of it, fantastic. The execution of the way the module is written is so terrible. It is all over the place in the writing. And I tried to read it and I was like, I cannot understand any of this in the way they have formatted it. It's just a mess.
Yeah.
It felt like there was like 10 different people writing it and none of them were talking to each other while they did it.
Mm.
Damn.
But it's
like-
sad because the concept of it is so cool, and a lot of the monsters they made for it are really rad. But they need to fix it. They need to rewrite it.
They just gotta do better.
You gotta do better, man.
Oh, and Graham, I took the time to swap around some sorcery points to give me back so I got a fifth level spell slot back, then I blew all my first levels to get me back up to almost max on my sorcery points.
Gotcha.
Cause seeing that I don't have any first level spells anyway, so
Gotcha. So with that, we can get back on track. Chad will kind of like step out and look a little bit nervous to announce himself to the sovereign of the Myconoids. But he'll say, hello, you can call me Chad. And he kind of takes a few steps back, and you see the tall Myconoid sovereign kind of gets really low and looks at Chad, who like backs into the fungus of Senti. Senti and Chad. I will remember the two of you. You interest me.
He will not remember the rest of us.
I love this.
Already,
He is
immediately
very
erased
happy
from his
about
mind.
that.
You seem like a friend of the mushrooms. Maybe you can be a friend of Myconoids as well. Looking towards Senti.
Since he's not super violent, but she is pretty violent.
Yeah. He just appreciates that she has mushrooms covering her. Mushrooms, fungus, and moss. You see the large sovereign stands now at his full height. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, all of you. You hear the Drider, the Fae. So, why have you come?
Well, we're here on business. We've been sent to attempt to deal with Garish Tall.
By yourselves.
The answer is yes, right? I'm not insane.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
A tall order.
Well,
hear-
it's do or die.
Tea Leaf kind of responds. Well, I like all the shiny stuff you have. I think you can do it. Are you wanting our help?
Yes, to whatever degree you're willing to give it. Any information you could give us on the layout or where we might find him would be extremely helpful. And anything else you're willing to offer, we would be more than grateful for.
Perhaps you could be useful. I think they would be very useful. I can see great things. Me too. So, who brought you here?
Do you mean who sent us, or
Well,
how we got in here?
Yeah, how you got to this place.
I teleported us in.
Okay, how do you find this place? And she kind of motions to the secure refugee camp that you're currently standing in.
Oh, there was a drow was guiding us.
Do you know their name?
No, it didn't come up. There were soldiers we were running from.
Understood. You see the Drider kind of looks around.
Can I tell if she seems like upset that somebody guided us here?
Make an
Is this like
insight
I need to know who to punish for this? Insight. Oh, baby.
You have advantage on that?
Yeah, I have advantage from one of my runes.
Whew. Okay.
I have advantage on a lot of different checks. I just never make those checks. Arcana,
Gee.
animal handling, intimidation, sleight of hand, deception, insight.
Jesus.
I just don't use them.
Okay. Yeah, she does not look happy. You see she kind of looks around and is trying to see who could have brought you here. And you see her face lights up with like quite a look of course it's them. I see. You all came here with Grilas, Shadowblade. You see, not too far away, you can see the drow that brought you here. Kind of looks over towards the Drider, nods her head and stands and begins to walk over to you.
How do you spell her name? Grilas?
Grilas, yes. Grellass.
I was one S off.
That second S is the most important bit. How could you forget?
I'm culturally insensitive.
Wow. Just wow. Okay. And then again. You see the drow kind of steps up to all of you with a coy smile. Relax. It's always good to see you. I didn't know you brought them in. I didn't even see you walk in, actually. I didn't want to make any trouble. Faye? You see the Droughter just smiles. Well, since you brought these newcomers, maybe you and Tea Leaf can help them. They're looking to take down Garish Tower, and we need all the help we can get. I'll take them in. Grilas, you can come stay with me if you want. We can talk shop. Faye, we'll leave you to it. Wonderful. Come on. I'll take you to my house. You can stay the night, and we can talk business. You all follow Tea Leaf as she makes her way through this ringed refugee center, kind of up one of these side banks, and kind of tucked in one of the corners of the very edges of this space, because it's kind of like a dipped central space, and kind of climbing up that ridge, tucked in one of the corners, is a beautiful, well-built wooden cottage. You see a soft firelight kind of fades in from one of the windows, and it looks beautiful. You see she kind of walks over to the front door. You see she wipes off her little boots on the what looks to be a little tiny welcome mat, then kind of opens the door. You hear the soft creak and feel warmth echoing from the space. She steps in. She takes off her boots. Please wipe your feet before you enter. Even you, Drillas. Especially you. She kind of steps in. And you see she goes to a small little kitchen nook and begins to start boiling some tea. There's a nice little few seating arrangements. It's a strange vibe in the middle of the Underdark. So, you all filter into the space. You see Drillas kind of sits down awkwardly. Tea Leaf finishes up making some tea and brings over a couple cups. I don't have enough cups. Usually the only guests I have are Myconoids. So some of you might have to share. Sorry about Faye and any sort of what's the good word for this? Tension she might have had with all of you. She doesn't like people.
I barely noticed.
She
It's not a problem.
yeah, she was exiled by one of the queens here in the Underdark not too long ago, for attempting to fight back against the branded with a special form of drow magic. She's very patriotic, as she should be. You hear Drillas kind of says, "Yes, of course." So, we're taking on Garish Tal then.
And that's the plan.
Good. Drillas, how many of the drow are combat ready? Not many. You can probably count on maybe 40, 50. Not including myself and some of the others like me out there, keeping watch on the movements of our enemy. Gotcha. Well, Myconors are no help. They're sworn pacifists. You have me. The Snurf Noodlings are my friends. We'll have their aid as well, I'm sure. They have some ability. It can be pretty helpful. But I think what's going to come down to most effectiveness is getting you close to Gureshtal. I, personally, do know where his lair is, and it's not easy to get to. We're
I'm
gonna
sure
have to
between the
we're gonna have to pass through 3 strongholds of the Drow just to make it there. Which is gonna be fun. We might have to fight Branded along the way, and whatever denizens Underdark puts at us. But it should be done. It can be done. You have any questions? Animals. Everything down here is not really an animal. You have some bats, but most things are monstrosities, aberrations. Things that, well, they're not nice. This world is very hostile. You're not going to find many more cabins like this out there.
well, I'm just glad that it's not crawling with demons.
If you go deep enough, you'll find them.
Well, I'm not. Hopefully, I don't have to go there.
Hopefully you don't see any. I have heard, it's not demons, but I have heard of a couple devils running around. Don't know exactly how many or why, but it's something you should know, I feel, if you're scared of demons.
Thank you. That's interesting.
Out of character, I wonder if that has anything to do with Sebastian. We haven't heard from him in a while.
I don't know.
Actually, has Tea Leaf heard any names associated with the devils running around?
No. Not any names
Okay.
specifically. I've heard descriptions of them. There's one that is pretty large. He seems to be made of bones, which is not comforting. And the fact that neither the Branded or Gereshtal's actual fire people have gone against him, I think he might have made a deal of some sort. Which is unfortunate. But if we work together, we'll get past them just fine. And, well, first things first. The closest Drow kingdom is Celeste's old kingdom. She was killed a few months back before they began the siege of Vanada. Her city is currently a difficult one. It's closest, aside from Volvanada itself. Just beyond the mushroom caves and fields is her old sprawling empire. Currently, it is being run by a red drake. Somehow fashioned from the fire elemental plane, he has built himself a nice new volcano underground. Getting through his territory, we will be kind of out in the open, and he might see us. I have some scouts out right now, attempting to probe his area for weaknesses, but I haven't heard back from him yet. So we will see. If you have anything up your sleeves to deal with the Red Dragon, let me know. That one. Well, that one is gonna be fun. Anyways, now that I have given you information about a Red Dragon, given you some tea to help you sleep, I'm probably going to be heading off to sleep very soon. We can talk more in the morning.
Has it been 24 hours since he made that zombie?
When did Senti make the zombie? Was it in the battle or after the battle?
I think it was right before we left for the battle. Because it was like, is Senti made the zombie?
Stolen from the medical lair? Oh, it's been multiple days.
Oh, it's been multiple days.
Yes.
Okay. It's not coming back out. Did I ever take it out of my bag?
I don't know. Yeah. It's been you stayed the night outside of the battle. Inside the city, outside the city after the battle. Took 1 day to rest before you got to your location after Stanton, and then it's been today. So far, your journey took you about, 3 hours to make it to the entrance to the Moonlit Pass, where you got attacked, you teleported. Took you probably about a couple hours to move. Took you
Okay,
an
then.
hour to move through the open field, and then about 2 hours there. Yeah, so it's been about close to 4 days now.
Okay, cool. So I just have a feral zombie in my bag. Hold it.
Do you say that?
No.
Okay, you do not disclose the
People
feral
don't
zombie.
need to know I have a feral zombie in my bag of holding.
We love feral zombies in a bag of holding.
Oh no, anyone else I ever shove in there is fucked.
Oh god.
I mean, do zombies have to breathe?
Nope.
No, they're undead.
All right, yeah, it won't die in there.
You can throw it in my bag, make it fight the bag man.
Yeah, just like line up one bag to the other bag and just shake him in there,
Yes.
like you're emptying a trash bag into another trash bag, you know? Just shake him in there so he falls in with the bag man, and then they'll fight to the death.
Or they become best friends.
Or that.
Oh god. Maybe. Wait. I have a
Enemies to
question.
friends to lovers between the zombie and the bag man.
If there's a feral zombie in my bag of holding, am I at risk if I take anything out of my bag of holding?
Every time you put your hand
when
in,
you
you
put your
risk
hand
getting
in, you
bit.
think about what you want. So really, no. It might get a little goopy depending how long he's in there, but you should be okay.
Okay, but if I ever try to grab him, I could be in danger.
Yeah. Well,
But he's still
I mean,
undead. He
there's
can
no
still
air
hurt
in there
me.
though. There's only air when you open it up. So
But he doesn't need to breathe.
yeah,
But that also means he doesn't decay.
yeah. I mean, there'll be like semblances of air, so he'll decay for a moment and then not. It'll
That's
get
it.
stinky in there.
It'd be very slow and it'd be very bad. It's not the first rotting thing I've had in this bag of holding.
Yeah.
Uh.
You yeah. Just know that if he decays enough, he's gonna goop up everything in that bag. He'll start slawing off, it'll goop up everything. It'll be a gorgeous mess.
Okay, so basically what you're telling me is I need to get this guy out, take all of his flesh off, and then put him back in?
Probably.
I think having a zombie in a bag of holding is hilarious. I can't wait to put someone inside of it.
It's you know that meme where it's like, I don't agree with you, valid point. No, pipe bomb. But it's no, zombie, feral
Yeah.
zombie.
Yeah.
You have a disagreement, you just take the feral zombie out of your bag and stick it on him.
I put someone inside my bag of holding and you just hear screaming. Like muffled screaming. But we can't fit anything into any of our enemies into this bag of holding. None of them will fit.
It's a
We
gorgeous.
put Garishtal in the bag of holding.
He would not fit.
I
It
mean,
has a 500 weight capacity.
how heavy? What is Garishtal? Is he a fire elemental or is he like
Gershtal is a fire titan.
Titan?
Yes.
Interesting.
He most likely
Hmm.
weighs. I don't know, I'm gonna put it like 20,000 pounds.
Honestly, that's not as much as I thought. Cause like, is he made of fire, magma, rock,
You saw
all
him.
of the above? We
Um,
did?
Yeah,
When?
He's made of obsidian and flame.
Obsidian. That
Yeah.
would be, he'd be real fucking heavy then. Obsidian's pretty heavy, but
Yeah.
also fragile. Obsidian is
Hey,
very
But
fragile.
also
I
so
gotta hop
sharp.
off.
Very sharp.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
end it.
good
I
night.
was gonna end it here.
Yeah,
rest
sorry, I
of
got
the-
distracted by the idea of a zombie in my bag.
So, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I fell asleep like the last 15 minutes. All right. See you guys next. Well, I'll see
Alright.
two of you guys on Thursday.
See you then.
Alright, bye.
But, all right.
Hi.
Bye, all.
Good night.
Up still.
Yeah. So, with you all spending a night in a small cottage of your newfound halfling ally in the middle of a refugee camp run by a bunch of mushroom men, taller and seemingly stronger than the ones that you have living in your abode. You find couches and floor to sleep upon and rest the next day. Deep
I
in the Underdark.
I do cast the alarm spell as a ritual around me as I before I go to sleep.
Okay. Yeah. I will say, one thing you do note is Tea Leaf will get into pajamas, but still is wearing her studded leather armor. You note. She just turns it to look like pajamas.
Honestly,
Good for
iconic.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah, truly.
And you do see, at the end of the night, she will take out glasses and will read a book.
I miss my glasses.
Yeah.
Tea Leaf is iconic.
Yeah, and you do note that the glasses themselves are very pretty. They seem to have elven symbols and stars and leaves. they don't seem to really, uh, get dirty. Even when like accidentally like they push up and touch the glasses, there's no smudges. It's very interesting.
Oh, this is magic for sure.
Mm-hmm. Um, and if you're curious, they read a book called Heart and Souls novel. Oh, sorry, Heart of Dual Souls novel.
That's either of that. That sounds like porn.
Is this smut? Is this a smut book?
No, no, it's about a curse.
Oh,
Doubt.
um, yeah, but you spend the night, and one thing is this home is very lived in, and this person probably has lived in this space for many, many years. It's comfortable and safe,
Good for them.
and you all have a good night's sleep. That's where we're gonna end the session.
nice.
Huzzah! We got allies, maybe
Kind of.
Yeah, you gotta.
allies-ish.
Yeah. There's not much they can do. They don't have much of a society left. Sadly.
Listen, guiding us there is honestly like already such a big help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you met the protective myconoids.
Yeah.
When Senti mentioned myconoids, the second they saw mushrooms, I was like, oh, they know how good they are.
Yes, I love them. They're great.
They're the
We
best.
should tell
source.
them about. We should tell the sovereign about our mushroom people.
Cousins.
We should. We're friends with mushrooms.
You are.
Like, yeah. Actually, we have smaller mushroom people who live in our house.
I just imagine you like pull up little pictures of them like in your wallets.
Oh my god,
Like,
yeah,
you're
we
pointing at
got
your-
Fairdeer has
during,
friendship bracelets.
Yeah,
during
you
that
do.
From them.
1-2 month downtime slot, we just we got little wallet pictures commissioned.
You're the proudest
We
parents.
definitely did. We taught them capitalism and everything.
Uh-huh.
We
Slowly they will turn to communism.
We've got to show off. Is it canon? Do we canonically have wallet pictures of
Yes. I will say yes.
perfect?
It's essential. They need to be shown off. They are your
They
children.
got to show off to the sovereign to get brownie points.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Well, thank you all for playing. I do gotta go.
Thank you. Good night.
Have a good night, all.
Good night.
Yep. Good night.